everybody, Bormac here for more Geneforge 4 because I feel like it, and no other reason than that. So, still haven't done that or that. There we go. Now I've done that. I have 2 points left over after that. Anyway, 10 mechanics, going for 10 leadership, and then I'm going to leave those alone. So, we pretty much explored everything here. This place is dangerous. This is done. We did that. Wouldn't want to go there. Let's just head to the eastern checkpoint. Why not? Do. I don't need bandages. I don't need your stinking bandages. Not surprisingly, there's a Shaper checkpoint to the north. A small group of soldiers checking anyone going into or out of the Forsaken Lands. You check to make sure you still have the papers Greta gave you. If they aren't accepted, your journey's about to come to a quick and bloody end. Cautiously walk through the Shaper checkpoint. No matter what you've done or haven't done in the past, these isolated camps can be very unpredictable and dangerous. It looks like there is one Shaper here. He waves for you to stop, and you approach him. He looks tired and unshaven, and, though it's hard to believe, a little bit drunk. My goodness, shameful. Very odd. Shapers usually try to present an imposing image to the world. The Shaper says in a slightly slurred speech, "Stop right there. I am Shaper Rutenberg, and this is my camp." He waves at the large creatures that surround you. "Nobody passes without proper papers. If you don't have them, we're going to take a little visit to the grove. Here are my papers." Long, tense pause while Rutenberg looks at the papers Greta gave you. You aren't sure whether they are forgeries or genuine and just stolen. Either way, they're good enough for the Shaper. He hands them to you. "Alright, welcome to this checkpoint. Feel free to rest or trade before you move on." Shaper training? Any rebel activity recently? Oh, always. A raid here, an assassination there. Nothing I and my creations can't handle, but nothing I should discuss with you. Them pesky rebels. I'm not one of them. Tell me about Ilia Province. It's a ravaged place, and still not entirely under control. There are still quite a few rogue creations wandering around, and bands of rebels as well. North is Dalam. North of that is the barrier zone. If you go wandering around, watch out for mines. Where are most of the rebels found, so I can avoid them, of course. Smooth talker to ask a question without causing suspicion. I have heard rumors that most of them are to the southwest, so don't travel there if you can help it. Mines? There are a lot of minefields left in Ilia Province, some of them placed by rebels, some by us. Some have died of neglect, but some are still lethal. Also a number of fields of spore mines. Those can only be disarmed with a special baton. Oh, hey, spore batons. I've been working with General Crowley. Can I get one of those batons? It's very reluctant, but you are extremely persuasive. The name of the general carries a lot of weight. Goes to his quarters and returns with a long, thin, fleshy rod of shaped material. Only use this when you're near the mines. It won't work at a distance, and it can only be used so many times. Thanks! And I have a blue spore baton now. Neat. How tough is he? Oh yeah, he's pretty tough, and he's got Thornflinger, Warrior, Thornflinger, Battle Alpha. He's got a pretty decent sized force here. Oh jeez. There's a Glock, and there's another Battle Alpha. Oh yeah, I don't stand a chance here. I don't need 9 coins that badly. I also need to freaking mute my laptop. Stop talking at me, people. Okay. Nothing in there. I guess that's where people wash up. Pool chamber. This lousy post. Oh, a trader. Buying and selling. Enterprising merchant has set up shop at this point, eager to generate high profits by taking advantage of the many refugees fleeing the lands of the east. They need food and supplies, and she charges mightily for them. flashes you a predatory grin as you inspect her wares. Welcome, traveler. I am Urbina. If there's anything you need to survive your journey to a safe haven, I hope to provide it. Have you dealt with a lot of refugees? Oh yes, poor souls. There weren't hordes of people settling in the Forsaken Lands, but there were enough coming through to build my business. Now that the Shapers are purging those filthy rebels, the refugees will return, and I can sell the stuff they sold to me back to them. Praise the Shapers for bringing such prosperity. What a slimy lady. Pay you for any scavenged weapons, family heirlooms, and so on? You bought out of the Forsaken Lands, would happily sell you actual useful things in return. Let's see your wares. Utterly ridiculous. You can sit on a pike. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to. Agent and a group of creations approaching from the west. You take out your papers when they get close, ready to bluff your way through. Jeez. Uh-oh. Hi? Standing there, papers in hand, you see who exactly is approaching. You are truly a stroke of bad luck. It is Miranda, the agent you questioned briefly in Southforge Citadel. Then she escaped, and now she is here, and there is no way she won't recognize you. She is smiling as she walks toward you, but her hand is near her weapon, and her creations are alert. She says, "Ah, yes, the rebel. We meet again." As you try to figure out what to do, she grabs the papers out of your hand. She moves remarkably fast. She looks them over, chuckles, and mutters a few words, and they burst into flame in her hands. The ashes run between her fingers. She says, "And now, it is all right. I would take a few minutes of your time. If it is all right, I would take a few minutes of your time." I don't think I have any choice. No, I think you don't. But it is all right. We can fight another day, unless you choose a wiser path. You are young and foolish. Foolish to join the rebels in the first place, and foolish to try to enter Ilia province with whatever forged papers you are provided. But such foolishness can be cured. She talks, you notice you don't feel any of the rage you have been feeling when someone isn't respectful to you. Odd. Maybe it only takes effect around those not skilled in shaping. Maybe she just has a higher leadership score than me. I've been sent by the mighty General Alwyn to see if I could find you, and when I find you, give you a message. What's the message? General Crowley recently passed through here on the way north to settle an uprising in the Finns of Azraf. He told us how he met you, how you might be useful to us. When General Alwyn heard about you, he wanted to meet you. We need some assistance. The wages for you are good. Power, wealth. You might actually survive the war. He would also, of course, like to reward you for your assistance in the matter of the caravan. If you wish to meet him, he is in the city of Dalam to the north. He promises you that, whatever you say, you will survive your first meeting. What's happening in the Finns of Azraf? Be glad you don't know. Mad Shaper, hordes of uncontrolled creations, lots of bloodshed. Stay away from there if you can help it. I'll go see him then. Then there is hope, not just for you or us, but for everyone that would be killed if the rebels continue their current course. But do not disappoint us. You are being given a chance here, a chance to earn forgiveness for your crimes. Do not reject it. Is that all? Yes, you are being spared. At this point, you can be worth more to us alive than dead. Don't let us down. She starts to turn to leave, then she looks back at you. You don't look like you've been using the canisters. You don't have that wild look you rebels get. I think that's wise. You can ask her what she means. She turns, leaves, her creations following behind her. She takes the road heading north, towards Dalam. You let out a sigh of relief. Pretty much every rebel in the situation you were just in has ended up dead. Whatever else you may feel about the encounter, you are quite fortunate. Oh, my papers of passage. Well, that was an interesting development. I guess I shouldn't talk to that other drunken shaper now. Well, obviously I need to go north. You should probably move away. Ow. I'll take that living tool. And those. And I'm just going to freaking eat this bread. Just get it out of my inventory, because every time I remove it, I always forget when I reload the game. Now it's gone for good. Because it's being digested. Hey, rat. Ah! Take that. Ooh, shielding spores. What's over here? Like I'm being watched. Skull, trash, and bones, but I don't know what it does. Maybe we'll find out later. Or maybe I won't figure it out at all. Always these little hidden nooks and crannies. Scratches and dirt or walls are clear signs of clawbug infestation. Clawbugs, in addition to being vicious fighters, are excellent diggers. When they run off and go rogue, they tend to make tunnels to hide in. Looks like they've been burrowing into the cliff face behind the nearby checkpoint. It's probably causing some problems for the camp. I can possibly handle them. What are you doing? Oh, geez. Your funeral. Come along, nameless Fiora. Plot Fiora. It's her storehouse. But it doesn't count as stealing. Ooh, Venom Baton. Nah. Alright, let's register these two directions. And then head north. Do-do-do-do-do. Urchtel's Grove. Man, I don't like that rot gut. It started raining. I like the fact that there's rain every now and then. I really love the sound of rain, guys. Sandra's mine. Now it's windy. I like a good fierce wind after a rainstorm. I mean, it takes us quite a while to hike from one location to the other. We've been doing this 14 days now. Now we're at Delam. This is quite a distance to travel. Elite warriors are green. You enter the city of Delam. It's an old settlement. The first placed in these lands by the Shapers when settlements of the East began. It's a port city full of nice, neat stone buildings. The center of Delam is the docks. Grain and lumber flow out of Ilia through here. Then the ships bring back cloth, tools, and other trade goods. The war has hurt the trade, though. Things are much quieter than they would normally be. This is the first city you have been in since you were changed by the Geneforge. And you find, for a time, that you look at things differently now. People swirl around you, but you have to concentrate to see them as entirely real. They seem more like a backdrop, like part of the scenery or the furniture. For a brief, chilling moment, you think you're seeing the world as the Shapers see it. Then the feeling passes, you are normal again, for now. Fortunately, another human traveler wandering through the gates doesn't draw any special notice. Regular people won't be able to tell how you've been changed. Shaper, on the other hand, might. Okay, some sort of guard quarters. We are looking for the General Berglock. There's something I don't have a prayer of killing. Ooh, a blacksmith. There is one blacksmith still working here. An old servile with gray hair and wrinkled skin. There's room for another smith to work, but that forge is dark and cold. Looks like this smith mainly works for the merchants, fixing tools, wheels, and so on. He looks very nervous when you enter. Me? I'm Siklos, he said. Hard-working smith, peaceful. Me? Nothing I could do for those like you. You don't have any weapons? Me? That's not the sort of work I do. Trip! He was the one who did that. He is gone. Who was Trip? Serval at Other Forge. Him, he listened to rebels, he helped them, he ended up starving in cages. Bones still there. How can I get weapons? Siklos points northwest. Marry a mercenary. That place to go. Thank you. I loyal. Where's my tongs? War trawl. Another war trawl. Goodness. The vile chanty. Storage sheds. Warning trapped. The oldest was fortified part of Dalam. To the northeast, Rivergate Keep towers over you. The keep is perched on a huge rock promontory overlooking the river. The thick stone walls are almost 2 centuries old, designed with typical Shaper thoroughness, to be able to deflect whatever threats might face it. The stone gates are sealed shut. If, for some reason, you wanted to enter, you will need permission. You note that there is a small gateway to the left of the main doors. Shaper Street cities. The streets are swept clean and free of litter by serviles. This one is attacking the dirt on the pathways with his broom with typical servile enthusiasm. He stares at the ground, looking as shy and simple-minded as all menial serviles. When he gets close to you, though, he looks up at you. I soul. Message I have, told to tell you. What's the message? I told what you look like. What I see you, I say this. You go to docks, you find Lily. That what I say. Who asked you to give you the message? Several don't know name. Left town. Said something about caravan. Didn't understand. No, I sweep. I work hard. I good. I just paid to give message because I always out on street. I have memory, see? I see people. Okay. Kaishak. Oh, man, that thing is cool looking. It's like some sort of freaking stegosaurus. Organic artisanal potions? Are you serious? Oh! Soldiers only barracks. I'm moving. Just looking. Organic artisanal potions. Gosh. Mayor's office. Taylor. I gotta check out the organic artisanal potions, man. Maybe, if I'm really lucky, I can get an artisan sharpened pencil, too. Yeah. There is a dude on the internet that sells artisan sharpened pencils. If you feel like dropping 15 bucks on a pencil that's been sharpened. There you go. Alchemists tend not to be popular in cities because of the odors. There's a long passage leading this workshop lined with bowls of patchouli and incense. It seems to do a little to help diffuse the smells. The alchemist herself is quite busy making pods, spores for the army, regions for the shapers, and love potions for the gullible. But though she's busy, she is happy to see another customer. Ah, yes! You have the look of a traveler. I'm Gretchen. I get a lot of odd customers, and I don't ask questions, and I occasionally pay travelers and mercenaries for valuable ingredients. Anything you're looking for now? Yes, there's been much magical warfare to the north of the barrier zone. Fire and lightning have scorched the dirt and sand in some places. It has melted, resulting